let's go to the Lebanese capital and speak to Elias Hanna, a military analyst and a retired general who served in the Lebanese army. Elias, good to speak to you. There are a lot of accusations being thrown around here. Israel laying the blame squarely on Hezbollah, who say they had nothing to do with this. What do you think happened here?
Yashni, there is a saying, during the war, the first casualty is the truth, according to Winston Churchill. However, you need to have like a committee for investigation as a forensic on the ground for the shrapnels, for the, all of that. So we don't have it yet. Why? Because it takes time. And maybe the scene of this incident will be modified and changed. Would Israel accept it? But now Israel is, using this incident in order to redraw the balance, putting Hezbollah onto defensive and then taking this incident as a turning point to turn the tide against Hezbollah and maybe to go into something everybody is talking about full-fledged war. I don't think so. Maybe going into different scenario, and if we have time, we can really discuss that, Yashni.
Why would Israel be trying to turn the tide now? Because for a long time, many analysts have been saying that neither Israel nor Hezbollah has an appetite for a full-blown war, especially during this time.
Israel in this time considered the Golan Heights, which is really occupied and is Syrian land, consider it as a part of Israel since 1982 when they really annexed it into to Israel. And then they say that, they are Israeli citizens. So accordingly, they have, to go into to do something because there is no reason and no, reasons and causes to turn the tide. Why? Because they are putting Hezbollah into defensive, as I said earlier. And what really proved that Hezbollah now is on the defensive, Mohammed Afif, the speak person of Hezbollah, this is the first time that he goes publicly and say we have nothing to do with it. It means that Hezbollah is taking this incident as, highly important because this village is Arab. It is a Druze, and we have a big community of Druze in Lebanon. And moreover, it is against the occupation. So Hezbollah to really by mistake or by design to go into this area is highly important for Hezbollah. And it gives Netanyahu a way and a reason to retaliate, maybe to go into something new, to change the balance of power, to change the status quo, to change all of that in order to go into the negotiation table and to say, come on, we have to talk about what's happening in the northern of Israel since there is like more than 80,000 people are displaced from that region.
Israel has started targeting places in southern Lebanon. They have spoken about retaliation. Do you think this is the retaliation, or can we expect something even bigger?
According to the Israeli, media and Daniel Hagari and all the ministers, I don't think that this is, the retaliation, because it really happened before they have really targeted Baalbek, which is like 100 kilometers from the borders, and they are going into some retaliation action and reaction in the northern Lebanon. I think proportionally, and as I said earlier, to put Hezbollah on the defensive, maybe there is like three scenarios. I mean, full-fledged war, it's not really feasible, because you don't have the fire extinguisher. And what are really the political goals of Netanyahu to go into full-fledged war? Is he able to do it? No, I don't think so. And maybe the United States of America has put some restraints and constraint on Netanyahu. Is it the status quo? This incident maybe helps Netanyahu to change the status quo, and maybe the third and possible scenario is to go into like an aerial campaign for like many days into the southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah and the infrastructure more and more in order to elevate the risk and the price for Hezbollah, and maybe oblige him to go into the negotiation table, or to let any other third party to go into the mediation and do something. Maybe this is the possible scenario. So Now this is like the incident as usual. This is the war as usual. And proportionally speaking, if Israel wants to change the status quo, they have to go in the little bit higher degree of escalation.
Elias Hanna, really good to get your take and analysis live to us there from Beirut. Thank you.